Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is a special treat for you guys because this year, 2013, is the 25th anniversary of one of my all-time favorite films, the 1988 classic Beetlejuice. As it's the 25th anniversary, I thought I'd put together this video of 25 things you may or may not know about this cult classic. So without further ado, here is 25 things about Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice was Tim Burton's second film after the success of 1985's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Michael Keaton, who plays the ghost with the most, only appears in the film for a total of 17 minutes out of the entire 92-minute film. Michael shot all of his scenes in just 2 weeks. Beetlejuice was almost a horror film directed by Wes Craven. In this version, Beetlejuice was a winged demon that took on the disguise of a Middle Eastern man with the intent of killing both the Maitlands and the Dietzes and to rape Lydia as well. However, the script was changed from horror to the comedy classic it is today. The film's iconic score was done by none other than the great Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman has scored almost every single Tim Burton film to date. The Maitland and Dietz's house that sits on the hill that overlooks the town was a shell created by production designer Bo Welsh in East Corinth, Vermont. Sadly though, after production wrapped, the house was torn down. Harry Belafonte's Deo almost wasn't used in the famous dinner sequence. Instead, it was going to be by a group called the Ink Spots. But thankfully, thanks to star Catherine O'Hara and Jeffrey Jones for insisting that it be Calypso instead. Tim Burton originally wanted Sammy Davis Jr. to play the title role, as Sammy was a favorite of Tim from his childhood, but WB did not like that idea. Winona Ryder was among several actresses who auditioned for the role of Lydia. Those include Juliette Lewis, Sarah Jessica Parker, Brooke Shields, and Molly Ringwald. Gina Davis was the only person who initially committed to the film, whereas Michael Keaton, Catherine O'Hara, and Winona Ryder had at least turned it down once. It wasn't until producer David Geffen met with Michael's manager in order for Michael to meet with Tim. After Michael said yes, so did everyone else. Sylvia Sidney, who plays the Maitland's caseworker, Juno, first turned down the role and only accepted after Tim personally called her and begged her to play the part. Lydia's wedding dress at the end of the film comes from the saying, "Married in red, better off dead." The Dietz's name is a nod to Linda Blair's stunt double, Eileen Dietz, from the classic 1973 film, The Exorcist. The Exorcist also happens to be Beetlejuice's favorite film, as he's seen it over 167 times. The ending with Lydia dancing to Harry Belafonte's Jumpin' the Line, Shake, Shake, Shake Sonora, was almost not used, just like Deo almost wasn't, and instead was going to be Percy Sledge, When a Man Loves a Woman. The visual effects in the film are pretty low-key, as they are stop-motion animation, makeup, puppets, and blue screen, as it was always Tim's intention from the start to make the film in the B-movie style that he grew up watching as a kid. Beetlejuice's name is said a total 15 times, 8 by Barbara, 2 by Juno, and 5 by Lydia. Beetlejuice's name comes from the star Betelgeuse in the Orion constellation. WB hated the name Beetlejuice and wanted to call the film House Ghost. As a joke, Tim sarcastically suggested calling the film Scared Sheetless, and was horrified when WB was almost considered using it. The setting of Beetlejuice takes place in Winter River, Connecticut, but was filmed in East Corinth, Vermont. The model town that Adam works on throughout the whole film sits in the East Corinth Library. Jack Skellington from The Nightmare Before Christmas appears on the top of Beetlejuice's merry-go-round head at the end of the film. The number 3 is used a lot throughout the film, as saying Beetlejuice's name to make him appear and disappear, and the number of knocks needed to enter the afterlife. Beetlejuice was a box office success, which led to a Saturday morning cartoon series on ABC from 1989 to 1991. The series is currently available on DVD through Shot Factory. Since the film's release, there have been many attempts at a sequel. The most talked about one is Beetlejuice Goes Hawaiian, which would have dealt with the Dietzes moving to Hawaii and dealing with a Hawaiian spirit that Beetlejuice would have to defeat. Many of the actors in Beetlejuice have appeared in other Tim Burton films, such as Winona Ryder in Edward Scissorhands and Frankenweenie, and both Glenn Shaddix and Catherine O'Hara in The Nightmare Before Christmas. Beetlejuice won the Oscar for Best Makeup in 1989. It also won at the Saturn Awards in 1988 for Best Horror Film, Best Makeup, and a Best Supporting Actress for Sylvia Sidney. In 2000, Beetlejuice ranked number 88 on AFI's 100 Years 100's Last Special. Beetlejuice is Michael Keaton's favorite film out of his own work. So, there you have it. 25 things about Beetlejuice you may or may not know. So, why don't you tell me in the comments below what you did know and what you learned from this video, and while you're at it, why don't you tell me why you love Beetlejuice, and or what's your favorite Tim Burton film? Alright guys, so that's all for this video. Happy 25th anniversary Beetlejuice, and I'll see you guys sometime soon. Alright, bye!